Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford, Paddock. I am Adam McKola. Manchester United have drawn 1-1 with AC Milan in the first leg of our last 16 tie in the Europa League after a late goal from AC Milan to get it level on aggregate as we head into that second leg. A goal that, look, on the back of that game, AC Milan probably deserved it. You know, when you look at the game overall, I don't think that either team was really clear in terms of being the best team on the night. You know, both teams had their chances. AC Milan probably in the first half should have been going in 1-2 goals up. So on the balance of play, you'd argue that result was the fair result. But again, Manchester United concede late at Old Trafford when we're holding on to a 1-goal lead. That isn't the kind of thing you want to see a Manchester United team doing. And when you look at the goal that we conceded, when you look at the goal that Simon Kjaer has scored, it's far too easy for him. He gets off his runner. He beats Nemanja Matic. Nemanja Matic is nowhere near him and he's marking him, chasing shadows. Scott McTominay, who is in line with the ball as it comes across and Kjaer meets it, could try to attack that ball, try and get there before Simon Kjaer, try and cover for the mistake that Matic has made in letting his runner get off him. And then Dean Henderson in the goal. He's got to do better with that. We've all been talking about how there's a possibility, and I still think, look, Dean Henderson's got a massive future ahead of him. There's been more positives than negatives when you see him in between the sticks for Man United. But this is one of the reasons why I don't want to see us rush him into being our number one. Because when you are Manchester United's number one, the pressure is enormous. Massive pressure. You make mistakes, people will talk about them. And it's a different breed for him, with all due respect to what he did for Sheffield United, being in between the sticks for them. Now, you know, on the back of that, he probably deserved a clean sheet today, but it's an awful error towards the end of the game, you know, and you can look at the mistakes just before that leading to it, but he's got to keep that out. Crucial moments, your keeper, your centre-half, your midfielders have got to stick with their markers, and we slipped up today. We let that go. Now, everything's not lost at all. Everything is not lost. We've still got to go into that second leg. But AC Milan can hold on for a 0-0 draw and beat us on away goals. So we need to go there and score now. That is clear. And it would have been nice to go into that game with a 1-goal lead, because it means they've got to come out and you have to hit them on the counter-attack. And we like to play on the counter-attack. Now, a couple of problems for Manchester United could be Marcus Rashford misses today's game through an injury. Anthony Martial goes off at half-time with an injury. You know, Bruno Fernandes heads off straight down the tunnel. We've got injuries in this side now. Edinson Cavani is out. Paul Pogba is out. We are picking up injuries as the games go by. So we need to try and protect those players, get some of those players back into the team, and get them fit and ready. But it's not good if those players are out for a long period, because we've lost a lot of our forward line. But when you look at the game today, in the first half, it wasn't good enough. We started off very, very slowly. AC Milan could have had 2 goals. In fact, they did have the ball in the back of the net twice. Kessie was originally offside. It was a good line held by Bailly and Maguire as he ran through on goal, put the ball into the net, and it was a late flag that went up. And there was another goal ruled out for handball as well. As the throw-in come across, he controls it with his arm. I thought it was a pretty harsh decision, to be honest. Letter of the law, it's correct. It was a great finish that he had, half volley in it, past Dean Henderson into the goal. And it would have been a magnificent start for that Milan team. But fortunately for United, the goal was ruled out for handball. And we managed to get to half-time at 0-0. How we got to half-time at 0-0, I don't know. AC probably should have scored, taking their chances. And United, Harry Maguire in particular, responsible for possibly the worst miss I've ever seen at Old Trafford. He was 1 yard out. He had a open goal to score in, and he hit the post and it went wide. Now, I have a little bit of sympathy for him there. Look, you've got to get it. You've got to get your foot on it. He's come off his shin, and, you know, the direction's been lost because he's not met it with his foot. But you can also argue Donnarumma has affected his eye line as he's come in for it. But look, I'm making excuses for you there. You have to finish those chances. United go 1-0 up in at the break. We get that second goal just after half-time. The game's wrapped up. The tie's wrapped up. They have to come out at you at San Siro and go gung-ho, and we would have smashed them to bits on the back, on the counter-attack. So that miss could be a crucial one in terms of the tie. And like I said, when you think of the worst misses at Old Trafford, I can think of Giggs against Arsenal in the Cup in '04. I can think of Torres against Manchester United for Chelsea. I can think of a few misses, Ronaldo away from home against Middlesbrough. But at Old Trafford for United, I don't think I've seen a worse miss than that. And Daniel James had one to challenge it in the second half when he missed an open goal. Probably a little bit more difficult. I argued on the watch along, it was probably an easier chance for him because he's an attacker. You expect him to just roll it in. But the miss for Harry Maguire, a shocking miss, to be honest. And one that has ultimately cost us today. But you could also argue our poor defending has also cost us towards the end there. But look, I think that's a fair result. I think AC Milan deserve that result. And United have it all to play for going into the second leg. All to play for. I thought we got it wrong tactically at the start. Kessie was having too much freedom of the park, too much opportunities to hurt us. Eventually, we changed things up. We got a little bit better. In the second half, with 15 minutes to go, 1-0 up, we took Bruno off, which was a little bit of a head scratcher because, we played him in games and we're 4-0 up on aggregate and you play him for 45 minutes and then with 15 minutes to go today, you take him off. It's a little bit of a baffling one, but look, I don't think Bruno had his best game today either. And one of the things he does is drifts far too forward. He's standing alongside a striker sometimes and you're thinking to yourself, bro, you've got to supply to that striker, drop deep a little bit, ask for the ball, call for the ball, demand it. But look, today was an opportunity missed. We failed to close the game out. After a bad start, we managed to get ourselves 1-0 in front. Amad Diallo with an excellent start to his Manchester United career in terms of getting the goal. But there's more negatives to come out of that than positives. The game is still there to be played for, though. But those negatives, the defending at the back, late on, the sloppy mistake from the goalkeeper, the injuries piling up, not creating many chances in the first half. Those are things that we have to get around and we have to get better at. But all in all, probably a fair result here today. And we're still in it. We got to go to the San Siro and beat them. And I think we have the ability to do that. But we won't if we play like we did today. So get your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. Keep it locked to Stretford Paddock. Make sure as well you're subscribing to Adam McKola TV. I'm about 5k away from 100k, so help me get that plaque. But keep it locked, like, comment, share and subscribe. And for now, I've been Adam McKola. I'm out of here.